The process has been a 5-stage process, and they always said at the beginning to trust the process. And it's been a really great year for us going through all of those steps, from the interviews to the finding the data, to realizing what our biggest needs are, to the ideation was the funnest part of the process, coming up with some of the great ideas, and then finally putting it together, our final plan. And it's been really exciting seeing the whole process.
It's been a very exciting process. It's been eye-opening as well. Excitement part is getting to see other schools and how they're doing school, and knowing that that could affect Mitchell schools and make changes here better.
What I have really enjoyed is working with Shoals and Mitchell in learning what they bring to the table with their communities and their schools, and how it's all fit together.
It shows that we can work with other schools to make all the schools better instead of just the one school.
The piece that has really stood out for me is the student piece. Their voice has just been so valuable to this whole process.
I think a significant part of this is getting a large number of students that weren't up till now connected with school, that they now have that connection to school through the opportunities that this brings.
We're from a really rural community, so our school's very small, so we all know each other, but I don't think we've ever really connected on this level.
If someone from outside of our communities saw our kids and hadn't been told where they were from, they wouldn't be able to tell if they were from Shoals, Orleans, or Mitchell.
I thought it was interesting that the students got involved. The organization reached out to the students and let them have their voices heard.
This is for their benefit, for the students' benefit. So I felt like the best place to start is to get students' inputs.
We're probably the ones most impacted by these choices, so I think we should have a voice.
I think it's a great thing. It can help better changes for our school and community as a whole.
And to be able to talk about our school, our community, what we'd like to change, and being able to talk with other students about that as well from other schools, I think it's helped us all get a little bit closer and able to connect with students outside of our own school.
I think our students are very similar, our needs are very similar, our staff is very similar. It's amazing how well we work together.
To be able to work with another faculty, with other educators that have common goals.
We all are just really close, and getting to work with the staff over the last 9 months with the staff from the other schools, it's been wonderful. There's some really great staff members.
I've lived here my whole life, and I feel like I have gotten to know some people from Shoals and Mitchell that I would have never gotten to know if it weren't for this grant. And I think that only opens the door for more opportunity for PD, because now I know if I have questions in different areas, I know who to contact.
The process has really encouraged all of us to think outside the box when it comes to education, and that's very refreshing to me, because I think we have been with this educational model for so long that we get so rooted in past traditions that we don't think about the possibilities that are out there, and this process has really given us that opportunity.
We've been focusing on state requirements for so long that the state of education in Indiana has drifted away from preparing students for the future.
We ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? And it's the typical things: doctor, lawyer, veterinarian, nurse, teacher. There's so much more out there that they can do, and if we could bring those opportunities in and let them see that there's so many pathways. It doesn't just have to be college. College is great, but that's not the only successful pathway. So if a kid's just die hard going to college and it doesn't work out, we've prepared them to move to another pathway, that okay, now you can enter the workforce, or okay, now you can go to the military, or vice versa.
I feel like most of that education will be more based for the student, instead of you always have those classes that you have to take because of the general cores and stuff like that. But I feel like the students will actually get a personalized schedule for them for what they want to do after college, and I think that'll be really good.
I think it's really changed what I think would be, what a learning environment should be.
Like a self-exploration kind of thing of learning, and the teachers were just there to make sure that they captured the information.
I've seen the students on the EWAT team, and I see them come alive, that there's hope, that there's change. We've been on site visits with some of them to go look at other schools and what they have to offer, and they just come back with so much enthusiasm and excitement that this is something we could really have at our school. And just knowing that we have the power to make something like that happen is so rewarding.
I graduated from Mitchell, live in Mitchell, work in Mitchell. This is my hometown. So I only know Mitchell schools as a way of education. And so we visited another school, and I was blown away. It was the first time ever in my life. I called my husband and I said, I want to move so that my girls can have a better education somewhere else. And then I was like, no, I want to bring these changes to Mitchell, because it was just mind-opening to see other schools doing school better, and that we don't have to recreate the wheel. It's just taking some of their ideas and then bringing them here. And so this is my hometown, and I want us to be ahead. I want us to be leaders in this. I don't want us to be the last to change.
One of the things through Cosmos that we've done is it's not just the school, it's like community and what the community thinks we need too. So I think having those connections within the community is really important for students to get out there, and I think this program will do a lot for that.
It's been great to bring the business community into the educational setting and to learn about what goes on in schools.
All in all, these students are going to grow up and become functioning members of the society. They've got to learn that they're already parts of it when they're still students.
Those kids come back into the community and they are community members and business leaders. Some of them are going to start businesses, or they're going to be employees in the community. So we should care about the kind of education our kids are getting, because in turn it comes right back to us.
I really envision the schools being a hub of the community. I think that we have been so rigid in our thinking about the way school buildings should function, that they're only for children. I think this gives us an opportunity to open our schools to the whole community, bring parents in. I think partnerships with social services and other agencies that we've talked about throughout this process will be able to provide much needed support and services to children and families in each of our communities.
I see a unique opportunity where people from around the state, around the nation will come and visit our school. We're 3 different counties coming together, and I think that's going to be something to see. The course offerings that we're going to be able to jointly provide to our kids, the programs that we're putting together as a joint group, I think others are going to look for something similar to that, especially as schools need more and more resources, and it's getting harder and harder to find. And I think coming together and joining with other corporations is going to be something really to behold. And I think that'll give us 3 to 5 years will give us enough time to really handle all of the the bumps that's going to come from trying something new, and it'll really be something great to see.
My little brother, he's in 5th grade, so he will probably get to see the changes that Cosmos will have made. And he was super excited about it, and that just makes me happy to see all the change that'll happen in the future, and to get to know that we all helped make that change.
It was all stuff that we've all talked about over the years needing to be done, and I was just really excited that something was finally done about it. We were finally being heard.
I'm so excited. It can't happen fast enough. The changes and the opportunities that could come just can't happen fast enough. I am so excited about it.